What's up guys, this is Ro Avila and I'm gonna show you today how to build an evergreen list of hashtags to use in your Instagram posts. Let's jump right into it. So first I'm gonna go to the website displaypurposes.com that you see now in my screen, and it's gonna ask you to write down a hashtag. So I'm gonna, since my hashtag the one it's related to my post today, it's gonna be about entrepreneurship. I'm gonna put entrepreneurship. I'm gonna click done, and I'm gonna go. All these hashtags are related to entrepreneurship, so I'm gonna go into copy mode, and you can add and you can choose here if you want like less hashtags. Let's say that you only want like 14 hashtags, so you can go into copy mode, and you can copy already the five with the 5 dots, and you can copy all the hashtags there. Then you can go to your Instagram, and in the post that you're gonna post, you're gonna paste all these hashtags. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the end of each hashtag, and I'm gonna delete the last character. I'm gonna write it again, and so I can have better ideas of what Instagram is suggesting. So for instance, I don't want to use big hashtags like over 500,000. I don't want to use those type of hashtags because it's gonna be really difficult to compete with other people and get your hashtag at the top. I mean your post at the top. So I'm gonna look for other hashtags that have between 10,000 and 500,000 posts. So for instance, entrepreneurship 101, it's a good one. Entrepreneurship lifestyle, entrepreneurship quotes, entrepreneurship life, entrepreneurship facts. So you can choose the hashtags that are most relevant to your post. But for instance, I wouldn't use entrepreneurship class or this type of hashtags that are under 5,000 posts, that have under 5,000 posts. So what I'm gonna do after I find these ones, I'm gonna be writing them down in my computer. And so I'm gonna go one by one, deleting the last character of each hashtag and getting suggestions from Instagram. So I'm gonna build like a huge list on my computer, and I'm gonna actually skip all this manual work so that we can jump straight into the computer, and I can share my screen to show you what I do next. Alright guys, so we're back in the computer now. So I have my entire list in column C of all the hashtags I found on Instagram the way I show you to do it. I found 226 hashtags related to productivity, entrepreneurship, leadership, advice, and so on. So I have my entire list here, and I numbered each of them 1 through 226. And on column D, I wrote a formula that it's equal rand, as in random, which chooses a random number between, and you choose 1 and 226 in my case, so you choose how many hashtags you have. And then you just do the same for 30 hashtags because Instagram only allows you to put 30 hashtags. On the cell next to those numbers, you're gonna do a VLOOKUP formula. So what this formula does is finds this number into column B, and the result of yields column C. So for instance, this is number 3, and it's productivity tips in this case. So it's gonna show productivity tips. So that way, if you wanna create new 30 random numbers, you just put the pointer of the mouse here and you click enter, and you get 30 new random numbers. So you can choose if you're only using 10, so just grab 10 hashtags that you're gonna use, or how many you're gonna use. And so the next formula in column F, in my case, it's gonna be equal to E2, which is this cell next to it, and it's gonna add a space in quotation marks, and the ampersand, and then E3, the space, ampersand, E4, ampersand, space, and so on and so forth, all the way up to the 30 hashtags that you're gonna use, or how many. So it's kind of a big formula, but it's not really that complicated. So after that, you need to copy that, and on the cell right next to it, you can just paste it, and make sure you paste it in values. That way you can copy that cell and put that into your Instagram post. So that way you're gonna have an evergreen list of hashtags, And why do you want to do random numbers? Because if you use the same hashtags over and over again, Instagram is not gonna give you a good reach. So that this way you're gonna keep having new combinations each time you do a new post, and Instagram is gonna reward you for using different hashtags per post. So again, just copy your list, number them, put the formula for random numbers between one and the number that you have of hashtags. Then do a VLOOKUP where you look this cell into this column and yield the next column. Make sure to put a 2 and a 1. That way, that's the way it works. The 2, it means like the column. And then make sure you have this formula set right with a space. And then for this formula, just paste it in values and copy it into your Instagram post. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for listening.